Welcome to another edition of our Rome News-Tribune Studio Central Face-to-Face, and today our very special guest, Mary Hardin Thornton, the director of the Keep Rome Floyd Beautiful campaign. And Mary Hardin has just been elected, nominated, appointed, anointed.
Getting ready for my first term, I guess the only term, as president of the Georgia Urban Forest Council. And I'm pretty excited about it, Doug. The Georgia Urban Forest Council is a statewide agency. It has a lot of funding and support from the Georgia Forestry Commission. And, you know, when you think of the urban forest, that's what you and I are walking through to get to work, to go downtown to eat. And it's really nice because the City of Rome really supports it. The City of Rome's been a Tree City USA. We're going for 24 years this year's designation. So we've got certified arborists on our staff in Public Works and in our different departments at street and electrical for the city, and the county has certified arborists too. So we're pretty special up here in Northwest Georgia with our tree care.
That's one of the things that I wanted to talk a little bit about, Mary Hardin, because you know, I don't know that everybody understands the significance of being a tree city and understands the importance of having Terry Page and his staff of arborists in the city. We talk about heat domes sometimes, particularly in the summer. The city just generates heat. The pavement, the heat just pours out. But having that urban canopy is so very, very important.
Yes, it is.
And tell us a little bit how Rome manages that.
Well, and that's part of urban forestry. And you think about, you know, zoning and what happens when you're developing. And there's parts of town where you've got that parking lot that's nothing but just, you know, the ocean of asphalt. And then some of our newer developments have tree islands, and that breaks up that heat island that you're talking about. And we've all been there. We all want to go park under the tree at the mall so that our car is cool when we come back. And that tree is serving a huge function out there on its own in a parking lot, and it can help with the stormwater runoff, and that's something that cities and, you know, municipalities, anybody that operates a water and sewer system, which is pretty much every small little government all over the United States, we have to report and do special things for our national pollutant discharge elimination system. So we have to have really good controls of our stormwater runoff. And so when you think of these just huge places that are nothing but pavement, and then the storm comes, the rain hits, it goes off the sidewalk, it goes off the street, it's not being stopped at all, and it's carrying all the trash and all the pollutants with it straight into the storm drains, straight into the sewer. There's no magic person or little device that's down in our sewers or storm drains that's filtering that before it goes into the river. So some places, you know, it goes into a better place to be managed by our stormwater
retention ponds and that sort of thing. Now, Rome has been a leader through this tree city. I mean, I think you say we're going into 24 years, but there are very few cities in the state of Georgia that have been involved for as long as that. And we have our own nursery, don't we?
That's right. Yes, and to be a Tree City USA, it's quite an honor, and it's something you have to work at every year. You have to have a tree board. You have to have a tree ordinance. You have to celebrate Arbor Day, and that's always the third Friday in February. And so those are really important things, and that we do that every year, and we have an active tree board. And we do have at our water reclamation facility off of Blacks Bluff Road a little tree nursery, so we can further sort of filter that water before it goes into the Coosa River. So it's pretty neat. Not everybody's got a municipal nursery.
Yeah. That's a great honor, being president or chairman of the Urban Forest Council. But let's talk a little bit about some of your other many responsibilities here. Keep Rome Floyd Beautiful is a full-time thing that you have been in charge of for how many years now?
Since 2005.
Wow, almost 10
years. Is that right? Yes, that's
Okay.
right. That's right. 2005.
Seems longer than that for some reason.
Well, I volunteered for them for a long time. It's a lot of fun to volunteer for, and I can take volunteers anytime. We do all kinds of different things throughout the year. So I guess coming up, of course, will be the month of October, which the fall is always really busy for everybody, not just Keep Rome Floyd Beautiful, but we have a lot of ways to do event recycling. And so everybody loves to go to the fair. When you go to the fair tonight or anytime this week, you'll see that we have our cage trailer kind of off between the information booth and the livestock. That's collecting all the cardboard. Think of all the vendors that are up there serving funnel cakes and corn dogs and all that good stuff. And cardboard's really like hot in the commodity world of recycling, and that's great. We want every bit of it we can get, and Georgia's got a lot of recycling industries in it. So there's
pretty good chance some of that was made out in Coosa to begin
exactly,
with, isn't it?
Yeah, and we'll take it and we'll reuse it. We're trying to make sure we recycle all the aluminum cans and plastic bottles that are up there, because again, we don't have to ship it off anywhere. We can just truck it down the road just a little ways, and it's used here right in Georgia.
And outside of October, you've got the America Recycles Day event coming up in November, right?
That's right. November 15th is always America Recycles Day. So I'm really trying to come up with a fun event. I think I want to, we're going to blend in a lot of the Project Greenberry fashion show, trash and show in with that, and looking at pulling in CRBI to help us do some rain barrels. We're going to kind of like paint rain barrels and have a little fun event. Everyone's welcome to that, and we'll place those in the community.
Did you participate in the Etowah Queens sweep a couple of weeks ago? How did that turn out?
A couple weeks ago, Doug's got the same disease I do, like 2 days ago, feels like 2 years ago. But yeah, that was actually this past weekend. And the section where we were volunteering was sort of the Etowah behind Central Plaza, and then the trail that's the Kingfisher Trail, Silver Creek. Silver's in so many things. So yes, so that we got almost 100 tires pulled out there, and we're able to make a really good connection with a local outfit in town that wants them. So that's nice. That's saving some tax dollars too. But I mean, I'm telling you, this you can't dump it out, people. We've got a really great landfill. We have so many opportunities for recycling all over Rome and Floyd County. It's really just lazy if you can't drive over to one of those purple trailers and take your stuff.
True. When Mickey Dobbs first got going in that office,
yes,
I recall one of the things that we always used to do a news story on was the photometric index that kept up with certain locations at the same time and whatnot. Do we still do that?
We do, Doug. That's turned into our litter index, and it's become a sort of a visual appraisal. The photometric, before there were cell phones and faxes and it seemed like people had a little bit more time, we would go take a picture of, like we had sort of benchmarks around town, and those were our baseline studies for, how much trash has been put on that area. You would take the pictures the same time every year and report on that. So you could say, is it more littered? Is it less littered? Are we being effective? And as things just sort of sped up, we changed it to a visual appraisal that's on a 1, 2, 3, 4 scale. So like a 1 would be, okay, if we're driving by it and it's 2 little cups right there on the side of the road, we could stop and clean it up, no problem. A 2's right there with it. 3 would be a little bit more concerted effort. 4's like, we got to bring in some crews to get it cleaned up. And we judge for abandoned vehicles, junk cars, graffiti, illegal signage, and outside storage, which can be a topic of,
That's another whole show.
Yeah, like some people might not consider what outside storage is.
One of the blessings, if you could say there's a blessing of the economic slowdown and cut back in spending, is that the DOT doesn't cut the grass in the median as much, so we're not as exposed to the junk that still gets tossed into the median, and that's just most unfortunate. Short time, if people want to volunteer, how do they do it?
Oh, absolutely. I'm inside City Hall. I get a lot of visitors. You can call me at 706-236-4456. Of course, I'm on the web with the joint Rome Floyd County website, and look for Keep Rome Floyd Beautiful. And then I've got a Facebook page too.
Very good, very good. Mary Hardin, thank you so much.
Hey, that was easy. Thanks, Doug.
And thank you for being with us on the latest edition of Studio Central's Face to Face.